Hey, how's it going? This is Josh from Books by Josh, and I want to welcome you to the Books by Josh audio immersion, episode number 38, titled Fees. Why is it called Fees? Because I was going to call it bank fees. But then I started thinking more and more. And now it's called Fees, so let's get started. And yes, 2 episodes in 2 weeks. I did it. Let's try for 3 next week, but on a serious note, what are fees? Fees are self explanatory. It's something that you have to pay. You know, if you want to go to the gym, you have to buy the equipment yourself and make a home gym, or you got to pay gym membership fees. If you rented videos before, if you didn't rewind for VHS, you had to pay fees for not rewinding or late fees. So, what sparked this episode? Bank fees. So, what do I mean by bank fees? Well, I'm not talking about the typical overdraft fees, bounce check fees, things like that. No. So I have Chase Bank, and Chase Bank last year introduced something called Sapphire Checking last summer, and it's $25 a month if you don't have the minimum, which is $75,000 in assets with J.P. Morgan Chase to get access to its privileges. I'm happy to pay the $25 for not having all that in one bank. Why? Because of all the perks. And hear me out before you say, hey, you're spending $25 a month. Did you know that every 4 months, that is $100, and 4 times 3 is 12, and that is $300 that you're wasting in bank fees? Well, yes, I did. And here's why I pay it. Because bank fees can be good. Because by paying the $25, it waives my trading fees with Chase. What is a trading fee? Well, I have brokerage accounts with Chase now because of that. So I have my IRAs with Chase. I also do stock investments with Chase. So whenever I trade it from on my IRA, they would charge me $25. I mean, not 25, $9 per trade on TD Ameritrade. And Robinhood, I had no payment for stocks there, so I'm saving $9 per trade. And if I'm trading multiple times a month on the IRA, guess what? I'm saving a lot by paying the $25. I also get better customer service and a whole bunch of perks, higher interest rates on the checking, higher interest rates on the saving. But the main reason I did it for was for the trading. And no ATM fees no matter where I use my card, national, international. So that got me thinking, why do fees get such a bad rap? Why? Like in my job, we charge a convenience fee for paying over the phone, $2. And customers complain about it. It's stupid in a way, but the reason why is because we mail out a receipt. It's archaic, I know, but we have to pay for postage. Postage, what does it stand? 57 cents right now? That's 57 cents. The phone line usage, stuff like that. The envelope to mail it, the time and hassle to do this. So, it's justified. But fees in general are good, but not in the financial way only do fees apply. I'm going on a tangent. Yes, I am. So get ready. So, what kind of fees apply? If you want to look good, have a ripped body, look fit, what do you have to do? You have to work out. That's the fee for looking good. If you want to learn a new skill, you have to take the time out and take lessons, read up on it, go to class. That's the fee. Everything in life has a fee. There's nothing in life that's free. To live costs money. You could say, oh, you can live in the mountains for free. Not really, because there's fees to that. You're going to be secluded. You're going to have no people skill. You're going to have nobody to talk to. Those are the fees. So you can't look at life with the notion that all fees are bad enough. Everything costs something. It's changed, and which is why the way you make money is by providing a service. The fee for your service is your payment. So even if you work a job, you're gonna be there working, sitting there, typing on the computer, dealing with customers, answering questions, coding, and your fee for doing that is the paycheck that you get. Your employer, the fee that they get for having you, is everything they provide for you. So basically, your workplace, if you work in the office, your employer has to pay for office space. That's their fee of doing business. So it's just a mindset that we have to change. Because we all view fees as bad things. One of my credit cards, basically my main credit card, has an annual fee on it. It's $550 for the primary card for American Express. But what do I get for that $550? I get the $200 in airline credit. I get, I think, $200 in Uber credit. So that's already $400 back. I get the $100 TSA Global Reentry credit once every 4 years or whatever. I get a whole bunch of other things, concierge service. I get the buyer's protection. All these features that make it worth having that card. So most people are put off from that card because of the fee, but the benefits outweigh the fee. And that's another reason why I like fees now, because you get what you pay for. It's basically you buy a car. You buy a high-end car. It's going to be more expensive. But guess what? It's going to maybe last longer. It might have better specifications. Let's say you buy a Tesla. You're going to save money on gas, but you're going to pay more up front. It's like when you bought a Prius or any hybrid. Up front, you bought the car. It might have cost more in the beginning. Now, if you buy a Prius, it's an ugly car. That's the fee you get for it. But you save money on gas, and you get a tax credit for it. And it's just little things like that. This podcast episode isn't as powerful as my New Year's, but guess what? I just want you guys to listen to me when I say fees are good. Josh. I know you're saying it right now. You're getting up in your chair. Not all fees are good. What about tats? And I was ready for that. Because I literally had like a 2-hour long discussion in the rain before walking through my hand on this question. And I learned this from reading, listening to people, financial advisors, this and that, financial books, Jim Rohn. Let me ask you a question. You don't like paying taxes, right? But without taxes, how would anything get done by the government? You know? See, right now, our sales tax is like 8.875 here in New York City. We have city, we have state taxes, and we have federal taxes. Our taxes are super high. And just as income tax is high too. But why? Well, we have a large police force here that's covered by that. We also have the fire department. Now, all cities have paid firemen that pay the salary. Most smaller towns have volunteer firemen. I know going Long Island, I know a couple volunteer firemen. Same thing in Westchester. Same state. 30-minute drive more. But that's the whole reason why we pay more in taxes for the sanitation. You know, mailman, all that comes out of our tax dollars. Then you can talk about Social Security. Don't worry, I know about that. But we got to take care of the old, even though it might not be around for our generation. And some icing on the cake. What about property tax? Who does that benefit? Listen, property tax here in New York City, I know for a fact, is low compared to Long Island. Why? Or Westchester? Because, guess what? The security of living up there. you're paying a higher property tax for the area. So higher in the area, less crime, more space, you know? You have backyards everywhere, 2-car garages, all that. And this goes into half cup, half full, cup half empty. Because you take someone, it could be my twin if I had a twin, or alternate Josh. And he'll tell you, oh, fees are bad, they're taking your money, this and that and the third. But there's two sides to each coin, unless it's a regular coin, but that's my point here, guys. You can't look at fees as a bad thing always, because they're not bad. It's just the way you perceive things. And that's why I call this episode Fees, because it's about perception, guys. By you listening to the name Fees, you already have preconceived notion. Now I've changed that. So do me a favor, guys. After you hear this, go out there and make it happen. What does that mean? Maybe educate someone about fees. Maybe take a look at all the fees you're paying and understand them. Hey, I paid over $10,000 in taxes this year. And you know how much I'm probably going to get back? Income tax, $1,000, $2,000. Guess what? It's not burning because that's $1,000, $2,000 more than I had. And that's it for this episode. Later.